Come with me on a journey through the heartlands of Pennsylvania. Here, amidst the rolling hills and the sprawling urban landscapes, a silent, almost imperceptible change is taking place. It is a story not of stone and steel alone, but of the very foundations upon which communities are built. We will travel from the bustling metropolises to the quiet, historic towns, seeking to understand the subtle shifts that echo through their streets. There is a sense of suspense in the air, a feeling of transformation that hangs over these familiar places. It is a quiet drama, played out not in grand gestures, but in the small, everyday details of life. In the whispers at the local market, in the slow, deliberate pace of construction, in the very gaze of those who call this land home. Something is stirring, a force of nature as powerful as any seasonal change, preparing to reshape the landscape in ways we are only just beginning to perceive. Our exploration will take us into the heart of these cities, to witness the delicate balance of growth and stability. We will observe the intricate dance between supply and demand, the unseen currents of economic pressure, and the human stories that unfold within these larger patterns. This is a tale of anticipation, of a system poised on the brink of a profound and significant adjustment. Join me as we uncover the top 10 Pennsylvania cities where the ground beneath the housing market may be about to shift. If you want to stay informed about the latest trends and insights in real estate, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. We begin in Philadelphia, a sprawling, vibrant ecosystem of humanity. From the towering spires of its center to the vast, interconnected network of its neighborhoods, the city breathes with a life all its own. For generations, it has been a place of constant motion, a magnet for those seeking opportunity. But now, if you listen closely, beneath the familiar hum of daily life, a new sound can be heard. A subtle tremor, a quiet uncertainty that ripples through the historic brick and mortar. The skyline, once a symbol of unwavering ascent, now seems to hold its breath. Here, in the shadow of iconic landmarks, the signs are subtle, yet persistent. An empty storefront here, a newly listed home there, each a small note in a growing chorus of change. The sheer scale of this urban environment means that any shift, however small its beginnings, has the potential for immense and far-reaching consequences. The delicate equilibrium that has supported its relentless growth is being tested. The giant, it seems, is stirring, not with the energy of expansion, but with the quiet, internal tension of a system under pressure, preparing for a profound recalibration. Our journey now takes us west to Pittsburgh, the city of three rivers. Forged in the fires of industry, its identity is etched into the very hillsides that cradle it. The legacy of steel is everywhere, a testament to a powerful, transformative past. Its people, resilient and proud, have witnessed cycles of boom and bust before. They have seen their city reinvent itself, rising from the smoke to become a hub of technology and learning. Yet, a familiar quiet has begun to settle over these historic streets once more. It is a quiet born not of decline, but of uncertainty. A sense of déjà vu hangs in the air, a whisper carried on the wind that blows down the Monongahela. The bridges that stitch the city together now seem to span a growing divide between past prosperity and a future that is less assured. In the tight-knit communities clinging to the slopes, a silent watchfulness has taken hold. The echoes of a bygone era are a constant reminder that even the strongest foundations can be subject to the relentless and often unpredictable forces of economic change. We move eastward now, into the Lehigh Valley, to the city of Allentown. It rests amongst rolling hills, a landscape that has long conveyed a sense of peace and steadfastness. In recent times, this area has been a sanctuary for those seeking refuge from the frantic pace of larger metropolitan zones, its promise one of quiet growth and stability. The new homes that dot the landscape are monuments to this recent wave of optimism. But a change has come to the valley, a subtle shift in the atmosphere. A gentle hush seems to have descended upon the city's expanding neighborhoods. The once constant rhythm of construction has softened, the hum of activity replaced by a more contemplative silence. It is as if the land itself is pausing, taking a breath. The wind rustling through the newly planted trees in suburban cul-de-sacs seems to carry a new message, one of caution rather than confidence. The very tranquility that drew so many here now seems to amplify the feeling of anticipation, a quiet before a potential storm. Our path leads us to the northernmost edge of the state, to the shores of Lake Erie. Here, the city of the same name has lived its life in rhythm with the great water. The lake is a constant, powerful presence, its moods dictating the weather, the economy, and the spirit of the place. It has brought prosperity on its waves and, at times, carried it away. Now, the wind that sweeps across Presque Isle seems to carry a new story, whispering of shifting fortunes once again. The city has long been a harbor, a place of shelter and industry, but the currents that govern its housing market are turning. There is a palpable sense of waiting along the waterfront, a feeling that the tide that brought a recent surge of interest may now be preparing to recede. The vast, open horizon of the lake, once a symbol of limitless possibility, now seems to reflect a more uncertain future. The murmurs of the lake are an ancient language, and today they speak of change, of a natural correction as inevitable as the turning of the seasons. We travel now to Reading, a city nestled in the heart of Pennsylvania Dutch country. It is a place of vibrant, resilient culture, a melting pot where diverse traditions have created a unique and colorful tapestry. The iconic pagoda on Mount Penn has watched over this city for more than a century, a silent observer of its triumphs and its struggles. The streets below pulse with energy, a testament to the spirit of a community that has always found a way to endure. But a shadow has fallen over this vibrancy. It is not a shadow of despair, but one of anticipation. A collective intake of breath can be felt throughout the city's historic districts and sprawling outlets. The very richness of its cultural life now seems to be set against a backdrop of economic suspense. The question of what comes next hangs unanswered in the air, a silent counterpoint to the lively sounds of the city. The pagoda, from its high perch, continues its watch, a stoic symbol of permanence in a city now grappling with the prospect of significant and perhaps unsettling change. Our journey takes us into the northeastern corner of the state, to the city of Scranton. Its name is synonymous with a proud industrial heritage, a history built on coal and determination. The grand, aging architecture speaks of a prosperous past, of a time when the city was an engine of the American economy. This legacy is a source of immense pride, but it also serves as a constant, silent reminder of the cyclical nature of fortune. Today, a new tension is making itself known in the city's neighborhoods. It is a silent tension, one that exists between the deep-rooted affection for the city's past and the stark realities of its present economic climate. In the quiet residential streets that climb the valley's slopes, there is a sense of holding on, a hope that the foundations are still strong. But the signs of strain are visible to the patient observer. The very pride that defines this place now seems intertwined with a subtle anxiety. The Electric City, once a beacon of innovation, is now experiencing a different kind of current, a slow, powerful undertow of economic pressure. We return to the Lehigh Valley, to Bethlehem, a city of fascinating dualities. Here, the immense silent structures of a former industrial giant stand alongside the vibrant arts and culture of a city reborn. The old steel stacks, once symbols of immense power and production, now serve as a dramatic backdrop to a new kind of community. For a time, this blend of old industry and new hope seemed to create a perfect, unshakable equilibrium. But that balance is now being tested. A subtle suspense has begun to tinge the atmosphere. The very forces of renewal that reshaped the city have also made it susceptible to wider economic shifts. The hope that fueled its renaissance is now tempered by a quiet sense of caution. The juxtaposition of the silent, rusting steel and the lively, modern campus creates a visual metaphor for the city's current state. A place caught between a powerful past and an uncertain future. The question lingers: can the new foundations withstand the same pressures that once crumbled the old? We venture now into the pastoral landscapes of Lancaster County, a place where, honestly, time seems to move at a different pace. The clip-clop of horse-drawn buggies on country roads is such a familiar sound here, a rhythm that speaks of tradition and a life lived in harmony with the land. The city of Lancaster itself has become a bustling, attractive hub, blending historic charm with, modern amenities. It has been a haven of stability, its growth seemingly as reliable as the harvest. But even here, in this idyllic setting, a quiet unease has begun to spread. It is a subtle feeling, a whisper that travels from the fertile farmlands into the heart of the city's communities. The sense of security, once as solid as the old stone farmhouses, has started to feel less certain. The very qualities that made Lancaster so desirable, its peace, its beauty, its strong sense of community, are now at the center of a delicate economic equation. The gentle, rolling landscape can no longer completely insulate its inhabitants from the larger, more turbulent forces at play, and a new watchfulness has settled over the land. Our journey now leads us to the seat of power, the state capital of Harrisburg. The city sits on the banks of the Susquehanna River, its stately presence anchored by the magnificent dome of the Capitol building. This is a place of governance, of decisions that ripple out across the entire state. It has an air of permanence, of stability befitting its role. And yet, even here, within the shadow of authority and order, a subtle uncertainty has begun to mark the landscape. The river, a constant flowing presence, seems to reflect this new reality. The city's pulse, so often dictated by the rhythms of government, now beats with a slightly more hesitant tempo. The grand boulevards and official buildings cannot entirely mask a quiet question that hangs in the air. The forces that shape markets and economies do not respect political boundaries. The capital, for all its stately presence, is not an island. It is subject to the same powerful, unseen currents that are flowing through every other corner of the Commonwealth. Our final destination is York, the White Rose City, a place steeped in American history. It was here that the Articles of Confederation were adopted, a birthplace of the nation itself. This rich past is a source of deep identity for the city, its historic architecture and colonial-era charm a living museum. For many years, York has been on a steady, if gentle, path of growth, building a new future upon its storied foundations. But now, it seems, the city has taken a pause. It is a gentle, almost imperceptible pause, a moment of collective reflection in the city's growth. The forward momentum has slowed, giving way to a period of suspenseful stillness. It feels as though the city is holding its breath, waiting for a signal to determine its next move. The historic market, a center of community life for centuries, continues its daily rhythm, but the conversations within are now tinged with a new layer of economic concern. York's rich history is a reminder of its resilience, a quality that may soon be tested once more. Our journey through Pennsylvania has come to an end. We have witnessed 10 cities, each unique, yet all bound by a common thread of anticipation. From the shores of Lake Erie to the heart of Philadelphia, a great silent force is at work, a pressure building beneath the surface of everyday life. These are not isolated events, but interconnected movements in a vast, complex ecosystem. The market, like nature itself, is an impersonal force, driven by cycles that are as powerful as they are invisible. What we have observed are merely the surface tremors of a much deeper shift. The future of these cities is not yet written. The story is still unfolding, shaped by the unseen architects of economy and human behavior. The next chapter will be determined by countless individual decisions, each one a small current contributing to a larger tide. The resilience of these communities, forged over generations, will be their greatest asset in the times to come. As we leave these landscapes, let us carry with us a sense of wonder and contemplation. Look at the cities around you, not just as collections of buildings, but as living organisms, constantly adapting, evolving, and responding to the world. The story of Pennsylvania is the story of America, a continuous narrative of change and transformation. The only certainty is that the landscape, both physical and economic, will not remain the same. The great quiet drama continues.